Hey, so I am so excited. Today's guest is a guy I've known. I tried to do the math last night. I'm going to say 1989. That's what I'm going to say. So that makes that 33 years I've known this individual. Slightly longer than I've known my wife. Although I have grown closer to my wife than to our first guest, our only guest tonight. Please, and this guy's career. By the way, 33 years ago, we worked together in the Mystic, Connecticut Treehouse Comedy Club.
Wow.
And I was opening. And 33 years later, I would still be opening. 33 years ago, a monster on stage, just murdering. And nicest guy in the world. And you look at a guy and you go, this guy should be gigantic. And now he is. So I'm so happy to have him here in my basement. Please welcome the one and only Vic Dibitetto.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. How come I don't hear anybody applauding? Oh, there's no audience here. Oh. Keep forgetting we're in your basement. You knew I'm Italian. You want me to feel at home.
Yes. You know, now with podcasting, some guys are doing live audience.
Right.
Right? And my podcast started with a live audience 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And I had to stop doing it because I had Angel Salazar on one day.
Did he hit on Vicky?
Oh my God, he hits on everybody. Yeah. So yes, he hit on Vicky. But he gave me a cleaving headache. So I stopped doing it because I'm like, I can't. He was so bad. So Vic, your career is amazing. You've had a reignited now for going on 10 years, right?
Yeah, 2013 is when it was the perfect storm. Everything started coming together. I signed with a great manager. Kevin James calls me out of nowhere, puts me in a movie, had a viral video, and I've been riding the wave. And then the pandemic came along. I took a hit, but I'm doing better than most, not as good as some, you know? And there's different levels of success. I can't complain.
No, and I think you've made it because you're doing what you want to do. You're doing it how you want to do it.
Right.
Right? There's nobody calling you going, let's do it this way.
Right.
Right? You have a great home life, two great kids, right? Two great kids. And you're still married, same woman for how many years?
Same woman. It's going to be 40 years next year.
Yeah, that's the win.
That's half the battle. Like, I'm sure you know, if your wife is behind you, that's half the battle.
Yes.
And she's been my rock from day one. I mean, it's been I'm just riding the wave. Like I said before, you know, you got the Maniscalcos and the Burrs and the Chappelles, and I think I'm right below that, you know? I'm on the cusp. But if everything stays the way it is right now, I'm not driving a school bus no more. I'm not digging ditches. I'm not driving a dump truck, a garbage truck. I'm enjoying myself, you know? I'm 61. I can't complain.
Yeah, you have the right attitude too, and I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because, listen, in my career, which we're not here to talk about me, my career took a different path, and I concentrated on the club.
Well, you're a success. You are a success. Come on, Vinny. Don't just because you're not doing what I'm doing. There's different.
It's different.
There's different levels of success.
Yes.
Look at this home you got. Look at this beautiful wife you got.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You got a little French poodle, whatever that dog is. I'm pulling up to. It looks like the entrance to the Bat Cave when I pulled up here. I'm looking. I see all these elephant ears that you. I love it. When I lived in Florida, that's all I had. The elephant ears. I love gardening. When I'm home, that's what I do. I garden.
Do you have elephant ears now?
No, I don't have. They survive here in Jersey.
It's a little work. You dig them out every winter.
Oh, fuck that. Can I curse?
You can curse.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
The least maintenance, the better.
Well, you know.
My friend says, oh, go to Home Depot. You get these palm trees. How do they? Oh, you got to take them. No, thanks. Fuck that.
Plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic.
I'm Italian. Everything's plastic.
Everything covered in plastic. I got to get into this.
Yeah.
So when I knew you 30 years ago, you're still driving a garbage truck.
Yes.
So you're driving a garbage truck every day, 7 days a week?
I once drove my garbage truck to Dangerfields in New York City because that's where my route was. I pull up, you know, Tony Bavacqua.
Of course.
I said, Tony, if I pick up your garbage, can you give me stage time? That's how I got into Dangerfields.
Is that right?
Picking up his garbage.
That's hysterical.
Went on stage, crushed, in my uniform. As I'm pulling away, I'm honking the horn, and the audience is waving at me through the window.
How great is that?
You think Seinfeld ever had to do that?
No, but man alive, there's a movie.
I know that. My life story is a movie. People don't understand. I did it all. Garbage truck, school bus. it boggles my mind, the following that I have on the social media, how no TV executive or movie has the following that I have would retranslate to views. It's just whatever. I'm just forging ahead. I can't worry about the shit I can't control.
Let me just say this, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but when they see this, they're calling.
All right. Okay.
So let me ask this, because and I remember this story. I hope I remember it right. So you owned and ran a garbage truck.
My father owned 2 trucks.
2 trucks.
Me and my brother, we worked on it.
Got it.
We were the drivers, and we had 2 helpers. My father, when he came to this country, he started with a little box truck where he had to stack the box. He picked up paper and cardboard, not garbage. The truck didn't smell. It was a waste removal company. Just paper and cardboard. And he had the hook. He would hook the boxes and stack them in the open trucks. Then he got the truck with the packer, the hopper. And I did that for 20 years. Then in 1990, right out of high school, I went right on the truck. 1996, Giuliani decided to clean up all the wise guys.
Right.
And my father and brother were approached by a wise guy who says, look, we're going to buy your business. They didn't ask if we could buy. They said, we're going to buy your business. And me and my brother and my father decided, you know what, it's now's the chance to get out while we can.
Right.
He got the Gotti walk, and they're talking to him with their hands, just like
Really?
you see in a movie. Yeah, the whole deal. So we sold the company, moved to Florida. I got a mansion, but I was miserable. I was 4 years. I was in Florida. I wasn't happy. I had the nice home, but I was coming up north to do the shows, and my wife was alone. My kids were going to school. Their education was going backwards. When they came back to New York, New Jersey, they were behind. It was 4 years. But, you live and learn. We got out of there, and that's when I met Russell. That's another story. I did warm up for a TV show. We moved back up north, back to Staten Island. It's a beautiful, crazy story.
So wait, back to the truck just for a second.
Yeah.
So, because you told me, so first of all, there was a Christmas party every year that you go to, right?
Right.
It was an organizational meeting where you would come in. If I remember this right, did you have to give an envelope to some guy? That was the dues.
Right.
Right. And that was essentially a payoff.
Right.
And that's to keep your route where you have it.
Exactly.
You were paying somebody to stay on your route.
Right.
Now, when you sold your truck, I remember you telling me, I think, that they said, here's the price, no negotiating, here it is. And it was a good number.
Yeah.
Right? But some guy didn't sell. And
they blew up his truck.
That's what I thought you told me.
They blew up his truck.
They blew it up.
Blew it up.
And the guy's not in the truck.
Yeah, nobody knows nothing. Nobody saw anything. It was just, they blew it up.
And then what happened? The guy...
I don't know.
Right, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I didn't see nothing. I just...
So then, is that before or after you sold?
That was after.
So you knew at that point we made the right call?
Yeah.
Because 2 trucks blowing up is worse than 1.
Right, and we lucked out because the guy we sold it to got indicted the next year.
Holy shit.
Yeah. We got out just in time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you go to Florida. You
Right.
take the money and you're in the witness protection program.
That's what they thought.
Right.
I mean, look at me. Look at his face. I couldn't hurt a fly, you know? But I was saying before we started taping, I was digging a hole one day to plant an orange tree, and the sheriffs came to the house. They come in with their hands on their guns. What's going on here? They probably thought I was burying a body or something. Right away they hear you're Italian. They start. No, I'm just a guy who sold. Coming for a different life.
That's just amazing. But even when you came here, you didn't see it because I didn't want to embarrass you. We looked under your car for bombs. We did everything we had to do. There's guys in the bushes with, So you go to Florida, and then you're driving a school bus there, or is that back here?
No, that's back here. I drove a school bus in Staten Island from 2000. Yeah, I did that for 12 years. I transported the future criminals of Staten Island.
Wow. And by the way, 30 years ago, how long you doing stand-up?
Ooh, I'm coming on 40 years. I started in 1981 at Pips Comedy Club. The first time I went on stage, Andrew Dice Clay was the MC.
Wow.
That's how long I'm doing this. It was me, John Maroney, Richard Jenny, Dice Clay, the Most Brothers, Otto and George, Chips Cooney. Pips was the boot camp of comedy. It was a beautiful. It was early 1980s. It was like, it was a great time. It really was. That was right after the Lenos and the Seinfelds, became famous, and it was just great. I mean, that was all mob back then. Now it's the Russian mob. But I was on stage one night and some guy got whacked next door. Yeah, you heard the gunshots, the show went on, and life went on. I go outside after my set, the guy's covered. It's just only, it's where the mobsters met the lobsters.
Wow.
Sheepshead Bay.
Well, I don't even know if I want to tell the story because if the guy ever watched it, but I was at Pips one night, and I was at the very end. Pips was dying, and there were 6 people in the hall. That was it, the whole audience. The opening act, I'm almost sure it was Greg Carey, and he was being very dirty. 6 women with the whole audience.
Who?
Greg Carey. I don't think he's doing it anymore.
Doesn't sound
dirty. And the 6 women, that's all there is, Vic, and they're not having it. And when I get up on stage, they're already pissed off.
Was Ray Garvey there yet? Was he the owner? Because it was 3 owners.
I don't think so. I think it's before Garvey. Could be after. I don't know.
That was the only place where the owner would heckle you on stage. Unbelievable.
Well.
Oh, those were the days.
This 6 women, when I get on stage, they're already pissed off. And I was being clean, and I said, "Hey, I know you may be upset." I go, "Don't worry, I'm a clean comic. I'm not going to offend anybody." And the woman goes, "We're done with foul-mouthed comedians." And I start doing my stuff. I'm on stage 3 minutes.
In Brooklyn, they said you're done with foul-mouthed comedians?
The 6 women did not want it. Did not want it. So I got 2 of them laughing. And the girl at the very front goes, I go, "Are you telling them not to laugh?" She goes, "Yeah, we're done with this." So I go, "Let them laugh. They want to laugh." I do another joke, and 5 of them laugh, and I see her kick one to the table. I go, "Lady, let them laugh." She goes, "We're leaving." I go, "Well, if you leave, I'm going to get paid to do nothing. Go ahead and leave." I was on stage.
That's the whole audience if they leave.
The whole audience. Vic, I swear to God, the woman stands up. I turn my face this way, and she washes me out with a hurricane glass of vodka in the face. And she goes to the bar, and she's going to the bartender, "I'm not going to have any foul-mouthed comedian." Well, I was so pissed off. I walked up behind her. I had a glass, and I tapped her on the shoulder, and I washed her out. And
Good
I said,
for you.
"Oh, screw you." And she goes, "I'm calling my husband."
Uh-oh.
Vic, there's a payphone on the wall. How long ago it was?
Even the women in Brooklyn are tough.
Can I tell you, she
Who
starts.
was her husband?
Oh, she starts making the phone call, and I'm going, "Get all your husbands. I'll kick all your asses." Right? And then the bartender's like, "Calm down." I'm like, "Get them all down here." She hangs up the phone. I go, "I'll be outside." I go to my car. I'm like, "Burp."
Yeah. You would have wound up in a dumpster in the back.
The next morning, I called up. They go, "Yeah, you're fired. You're not coming back." I'm like, "Thank God." My only time.
That's Pips.
That's Pips. And so, but back then, in 1989, when I think we met in 89, maybe 88.
Yeah, around that time, late 80s, early 90s, maybe 1990.
But
around
you were a monster. It's still hard.
Well, I lucked out. I went right into headlining. I didn't middle much.
I can understand why. That's a good group of guys to learn around.
Oh, that was, like I said, it was the boot camp of comedy.
You still tight with Dice Clay?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're in a show called Gravesend, which is about the mob in Gravesend, the section of Brooklyn that I grew up in. I'm in a scene with him, William Forsythe. It's surreal.
Where's that airing?
On Amazon Prime. Season 1 is on now. I'm going to be in season 2. We just wrapped up. It's probably going to air in a few months. I don't know. It changes all the time. And William DeMeo, the creator, he said, "I'm going to be in season 3. So that's good.
That's amazing.
As long as I don't get whacked, I'm in SAG, it's good to know.
It's a great thing.
And I'm not acting. I'm just being me. It's beautiful. It's a good experience.
See, when I watch guys on stage, and I've been promoting for a long time and producing for a long time and doing stand-up for a long time, the one thing well, a couple things, but the main things I'm looking for, I want a guy who's really there on stage, who's really enjoying it, and it's not a put-on. I watched you a couple weeks ago in New Brunswick, and I'm like, this guy is having as much fun as anybody in the room. And you meet everybody, which is great. I mean,
it comes back to you.
Yeah.
When you're nice to your fans.
Yeah.
I give it 110% up there. But unfortunately, by the weekend, I have no voice. Sometimes I wish I was a mime. I can't help it. I like, the anger. That's my outlet, the stage.
So when you do Bread and Milk, were you already with Russell Best? Or did Bread and Milk kick everything off?
No, that was Russell came aboard right after that. Bread and Milk was 26 seconds of stupidity that I have over 8,000 videos I've been doing since 2009. That would be the last one I thought would go viral. My wife said, nah, you never know. 26 seconds. It just hit a nerve. Everybody who gets snow in the winter, when they see a snowflake, it's like the apocalypse. I got to get the bread and milk. It went viral in 2 days. The computer was like a jackpot. Ding, 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 ding. I monetized it. They played it on the Weather Channel. It comes back every winter.
That's amazing.
That's the beauty. It's the viral video that's never going to go away. It's like Christmas carols. It comes back every winter.
It's great. How many views total on that now, roughly?
It's like McDonald's now. It's billions. I mean, with all the platforms put together, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, me and my manager, we figured it's got to be at least a billion, at least.
Wow.
I mean, now they're using the audio for my Who Wants Coffee. I did a video where I exaggerated the Italian family when it was coffee time. You know, they would, who wants coffee? My mother had the old Farberware.
Yeah.
Who wants coffee? Anybody want coffee? Everybody is using that audio now. And they're not even giving me credit.
You should sell that audio.
I do a homage to Abbott and Costello or the Three Stooges. Oh, you're ripping off Abbott and Costello. No, I'm not. I quote The Godfather. I quote Goodfellas. It's crazy. It's a give me credit. Say, hey, this is Vic Dibitetto's audio. It'd be nice. It's a nice thing to do.
I'm not going to show this video. I'm going to tell people to go watch the video, the one you just did.
Which one?
I just the other day, I commented on it. You didn't comment back. I was hurt. The video,
you know what it is, Vinny?
I'm only kidding.
No, it's hard to, if I looked at every comment, there's just not enough time in the day.
Not enough time. But you did a video with your back porch umbrella.
Oh, okay.
And you combined two movies. I was howling. And the other video that made me laugh very hard was the old man getting out of bed, which made me laugh very, very hard.
I do characters, you know. I got him, the old man, the old retired Tony Gaga, the over-the-top Italian character, which got me into Mall Cop 2. Kevin James saw it. It's just phenomenal, you know. I'm enjoying the video. The videos is a whole different animal from the stand-up.
Yeah.
You know, some people watch my videos. They have no idea who I am, what I do. I'm just this crazy, angry Italian guy who screams in his car, ticked off Vic. They come to my shows. Now it's getting to a point where I'm getting heckled by my own material.
Oh, that's great.
It's great. That's weird. Great. Do Tony Gaga. How's your mother-in-law? How's Eddie? That's my cat.
That's
and
great.
They're fucking me up, but it's my own material. It's complimenting me, but it's crazy.
And you're not doing merch after the shows.
We do certain venues. It's more online. It's just I don't know. It's a pain in the ass lugging the shit, but I know we should.
You really are a ticked off Vic. Like you.
Nah, it's. I used to stand there. You know, now we got a guy doing it, but I used to stand there next to the table. I felt cheesy. Yeah, buy my shirt. You know, but you know we do it some venues and it's online. But no matter what you tell people, how that they could get my merch or I got a coffee line because when I did that video. Who wants coffee? A coffee line called my manager, and I got K-cups, but I got to get to that next level, you know.
You're so right there. Let me ask you, how was the coffee today?
Excellent.
Good coffee,
perfect.
Right?
Your wife made it perfectly.
Is there a way I can get another cup of coffee, Vic? Vic, do you want more coffee? I'm having more.
Yeah, I'll have another cup of coffee.
Who wants coffee?
Who wants coffee? Anybody want coffee? Vicky just made a fresh pot of coffee. How loud am I?
What?
I am so loud.
You are.
Wow, I got some set of lungs, let me tell you.
It's unbelievable.
I once did a show where the mic went out. I did 45 minutes without a mic.
Oh, wow. Was that at one of my venues?
Could have been.
I have a vague remembrance. I hope it wasn't.
Right now, your dog is going like this outside.
How many days a week, how many weekends are you on the road?
Oh, every week. Not on the road, but I'm booked every weekend into 2023.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, when the pandemic hit, you know, all my shows were canceled. I was going to bed after Jeopardy. I was out of my mind. My wife we did the virtual shows. That was horrible because then I start stressing out. They send you an email. Just click on the link, and it's never what they say. Just give me your phone. You're going to guide me through it because my kids aren't home. They're not going to help me. I'm clicking on the link. Nothing's happening. 10 minutes to showtime. I'm still not on the freaking thing. I'm doing my act in my living room. My wife's in the bed. Shut up. I'm trying to sleep. It was horrible. And it's all people our age. You finally you see the faces. It looks like the fucked up Brady Bunch.
Yes.
We're all looking at each other. Then is this on? Nobody can hear each. Oh my God, I don't want to ever go through that again. If you would have told me in the 1970, there'd be a pandemic, I would have said, what are you kidding me? What a shame.
Gotta tell you something. So I did I did a couple, but I did one Zoom show I'll never forget because they hired me, a company hired me. So, there was no money during the pandemic. They're paying me pretty decent money. So I'm like, I'll do your Zoom show. I go, what do you want? Well, we wanted adult humor. People are out of the office. I go, I don't know about adult humor. I go, I don't do dirty humor anyway. Long story short, the guy's like, no, we want you to curse. We start the Zoom. You can see the cameras. There's a guy in his backyard. He's got 2 kids on his lap, 6 and 8.
Yep.
There's some woman. She's got the camera on her. She's literally picking through her garden. She's like cleaning up. I'm like, this is the worst experience.
Horrible.
And now we did the outside. You were one of the first shows outside.
Well, that was set up nice. That was beautiful.
You're not bringing your own opener. You do bring your own opener.
Sometimes I do. Now I teamed up with Eric D'Alessandro,
Yes.
who's got a huge social media following, and we thought it'd be a great idea. But both, he's got the younger audience, I got the older audience, and both our numbers combined, and it's been doing great. We sold out the Philly Live Casino a couple of months ago, and I'm just, I tried this with Dice. We sold out 2 shows. That worked out well, but unfortunately, he didn't want to do it anymore for whatever reason. Hey, good for him. I move on, and I can't. But some places, they have their own openers and headliners. And
right.
Some places, Russell says, all right, I want to put this guy in. It's every venue's different.
Because you're at the point now where I think you'll start making guys. Like, I think you made Alessandro. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
I think you helped him quite a bit because you had him at my club. He does impressions, right?
No.
He's not an impressionist?
No.
Oh, the different guy then.
He's got the bun, the man bun, the beard, good-looking Italian kid from Staten Island.
I don't think I've had him.
He's all over the social media.
I don't think I've had him then.
He's very talented, good kid too.
See, it's funny because you had a guy come in and did impressions. A nice kid. I can't remember who it is. But
me neither.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We're at that age, Vinny.
Yeah, oh my God, we were talking about before. And I'm laughing. I'm on the diet, you're on the diet.
We both got hearing aids.
Hearing
Am I
aids.
allowed to say that?
Yeah, of course.
You don't give a shit. Think I care?
Vic, I was upset when I first got hearing aids. I'm like, Vic, bring the coffee.
It's like a scene from Raging Bull. Vicky.
Thank you, Vicky.
Vicky, bring it over here. Hell,
Who wants
wait.
coffee? So when I first got my hearing aids, right?
So
I'm very uptight. I'm thinking, I got the hearing aids and and oh my God, I look old. I'm walking around the mall. I'm like, this kid's got an orange hair. This kid's got ear pods in. This kid's got a neck tattoo. Screw all you. I'm wearing hearing aids and I don't care anymore. Same thing. Every now and again, I will tap out a little gray. Tap it out with a little color, right? And one of the waitresses at the club's like, did you get a haircut? She's trying to embarrass me. Did you get a haircut? And I'm like, are those eyelashes yours? They don't look.
You should say, do you want to get paid?
Well, I laugh because that same girl has done so many augmentations at such a young age. I'm like, hey, listen, you do what you got to do to look good. I do what I got to do to look good.
These are hair plugs.
How'd they work?
They're mine. People think I got them from a dead body.
No.
It's done robotically now. It's not done like the old days. They took from here.
Right.
And they put it here. Had to go for three sessions.
Did it work? It worked.
Look at this.
It looks great.
If you look at my older videos,
yes.
I got the Ben Franklin hairline.
So they have to take them from here.
Well, this is where the most hair was.
Right, but is there any? Because I've got ass hair. I could use ass hair.
You're fine.
I'm thinning. Tell me I'm fine.
Yeah, but you got more in your what do they call this? The crown.
Crown.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Well,
you're fine.
And
use Just for Men's shampoo with the dye in it. Don't use the Just for Men's dye. They have a shampoo with the dye in it, and it covers most of the gray. It looks. I'm not totally gray.
You're great.
I love this.
What's the shampoo?
Just for Men. It's got Just for Men shampoo. It's got the dye in it.
Okay.
It's not the separate dye.
This is gonna be a great part of the podcast.
I'm serious.
I'm dead serious.
You gotta
too.
wear glass. You gotta wear gloves because it gets in your fingernails get dark.
You look like a coal miner.
Right.
Can I ask you something? Have you tried Regenix shampoo?
No.
So I'm doing the Regenix shampoo, and I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if I see a difference, but I see less loss I'll show you later. Matthew McConaughey used it. Have you read Green Lights yet?
No.
Do you read a lot?
No.
Listen to me.
I don't read books. I don't read
Noah,
magazines.
you're going to get his address today. We're going to send him a book. You're going to read Green Lights.
Green Light?
You're not going to be able to put it down.
What's it about?
Matthew McConaughey's life. How he made it. You're going to love Green Lights. It's such a good book because it's all about his story, how he made it, what he went through. It's and he's self-determined.
Did he drive a garbage truck to Dangerfield?
No, but I'll tell you right now, someone's going to make your movie. Someone's going to make your movie because you'll become what Zarna Garg, who's I got to get you to meet her too. Zarna Garg is the week after you at Bridgeport.
What's her name?
Zarna Garg, 47-year-old of color. She's Indian, mother, and no one wants to give this girl a shot because she's too old. She's a ethnic. Listen, she went out and started doing her stuff.
What happened to Too Funny?
Oh, and she's that.
To this, to that. My God.
She is that. And so I'd like you to meet her too. She's self-determined. She told me in the green room, I decided to make myself undeniable. Now she's shooting a special coming out. Hey, you haven't shot a special yet.
No.
Why don't you self-fund the special?
We're thinking about it.
Vic, I would help you with that. I would help you because
have your people call my people.
You got a great guy.
Russell has been a godsend. I mean, that's another story. We met in '96. He was the producer of a TV show called Forgive or Forget with Mother Love. I don't know if you ever heard of her. The show was on for like a year or 2 years, and I was the warm-up. And I auditioned, and he loved me. We became friends. We got more. It's more than a manager-client. He's like a brother, man. He's just... And no manager does what he does. You see, look at my videos. He's in some of the videos. If he was here now, you would think he's the comedian.
I deal with a lot of guys. Managers, agents. There's a handful of guys, very small handful of guys, that do what Russell does. If I make a mistake on your booking, my phone rings, my email, my text. Now I don't make many mistakes.
He's old school. He's on top of. He knows
he
his
is
shit.
on top.
He's been in the belly of the beast. He was the big shot for the 20th century. For 20, he's just been a godsend.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And so back to your special. If you released a special on YouTube, A, you would make all your money back, and B, that is what so many guys are doing to get to that next.
Yes.
Because listen, let's say I'm a Netflix executive and I come in. And I'm going to give you the big check. Okay, great. You shoot the special, and if it doesn't do numbers right away, for whatever reason, let's say it got released on a day when something really bad happened. Well, your numbers would be soft day one. And everything now is machine driven, right? So there's a computer going, hey, Vic's special didn't do the numbers we expected. Meanwhile, it's because Japan sank into the Pacific Ocean. But the machine doesn't know that. The machine just says numbers are soft. Now, Netflix owns your special. And it's down. Whereas if you put your special out and you put it out on YouTube, and that's what Mark Norman did brilliantly, and Andrew Schultz ended up on Netflix, but on his terms, which is great. Schultz did it, but I'm blanking on all the guys. No one's going to give me a special. I will eventually shoot that way and put it out there. And you already have the platform. I have, I don't have enough followers for it to impact yet.
Right.
But I will do it that way because that's the way that you control everything. No one gets to say, that one joke.
Right.
You used to do this thing with 2 mannequin heads.
I found those in the garbage.
After we talked?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, you mean you found them in the garbage way back when?
Right.
That bit was the bit that when you did the bit, the room was wrenched out.
I got to bring that back. It's just a pain in the ass taking them on the road. One time, that through security at Newark Airport, they had to open the bag. They saw 2 heads. The lady jumped. It was hilarious. I did that bit on the New Jersey Turnpike to get out of a ticket. I was speeding. I was late to a show. I said, "Officer, I'm a comic. I'm on my way to Rascals."
Oh,
Yeah, you're a comedian. Tell me a joke. I said, I could do something better than a joke if you allow me to get out of the car. I went in the bag. I put the cassette in the car, put up the volume. Two guys. One guy was doubled up on a divider. He says, "Joe, let this guy go. He made our fucking night." I got out of a ticket.
That's great.
Do you picture people driving by, seeing two cops watching a guy with two mannequin
Oh
heads?
my God. I'm not going to describe the bit. I'm not going to describe it because
The beauty is it's just two heads.
it's great.
You can't say it's dirty or pornographic.
You can't
it's
say-
just two
no,
mannequin
it's
heads.
two heads.
That's the beauty.
And it is, for me, watching it as a young comic going, oh. And that's a level of inventiveness that I was never able to do that. It just didn't hit me that way, which is why I love the video you did with the pool umbrella.
I'm not blowing smoke up my own ass, but my videos are so diverse, man. I try not to do the same thing. It's hard. It's impossible. You look at my videos, it's a wide range of different things. It's just, whatever.
But Vic, Noah, is that not what I said to you? I said, I don't want to be pigeonholed. Listen, you're not going to be pigeonholed. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. We haven't known each other too long. One of the things I really enjoy about your career is how many different things you're doing. Listen, the old man getting out of bed's hysterical. The two movies mashed together with the pool umbrella. I loved that video. That video is so
Ticked
fun.
off Vic. I pretend I'm the manager of the Yankees in a locker room. I pretend I'm a manager of the Giants in a locker room. I got so many different. It's just
How many videos are up?
altogether since I started. I've got to be at least 8,000, 9,000. I post every day. Then I get people, "Hey, Vic, where have you been?" Because Facebook is not notifying all my fans.
Right.
That's why I repost old ones. So people who missed it, plus the newcomers I got each day, then you get the idiots. What are you, reposting old ones? You're running out of material? You just want to reach into the computer and choke these fucking people. They have no clue
Right.
what it takes.
It's a lot of work.
The social media, like I said before, it's a double-edged sword. It gave me my following, but it's becoming a shit fest now. It's sad.
It's a difficult thing. So, it might be fun. Put a compilation of your best bits.
We've done compilations.
It's good.
We're trying. Me and Russell, it's a fight. Everything's a fight.
Who does all your videos?
I got a guy, like you got a guy.
I got a guy. I got a guy. You're so Italian. I got a guy.
That's the line that got me in Mall Cop, because I do this character called Tony Gaga. "Hey, what you pay for the paneling?" "I got a guy. He would have did that for $200." And
Kevin James.
Kevin James saw that, and he even kept that line in the movie.
That's great. He's a good dude too. Real good.
Yes.
So-
him and William DeMeo are the only ones that really, believed in me to put me in a movie, in a series. And it's not who you know, it's who knows you. It's what I've learned in this business.
Yeah, and listen, you're in a position where you can deliver a lot of eyes, which does not hurt. You can deliver a lot of eyes, and I think when you can deliver eyes, that helps. So you can do that. So, shit. And back to your.
Look at us. We're
I know.
forgetting shit. This is sad.
Well, I go into an interview like just to open in the conversation. I'm so undisciplined.
Right. I do this on stage. I don't give a shit. I got to be me.
You got to be you. That's how I feel about it. You just got to do what you do,
Right.
and you can't obsess about every little thing. So you do Mall Cops. How many movies you been in? You've been in a couple movies.
No, just Mall Cop. But I've been in a million projects that went nowhere.
Right.
If I had a penny for everything I've done that went nowhere, I'd be a millionaire.
Isn't that the way too? Though you got to just keep plugging. You can't stop.
Steve Martin has the best quote, and I'm sure you've heard this: "Be so good that they can't ignore you."
Well, that's Zarna. Zarna's shooting a special. She has a name for it, but she in the green room. She said, "I want to be undeniable." I said, "That should be the name of your special, Undeniable," because I love that name. And if she doesn't use it, I'm going to use it for myself when the time comes.
Hey, why not?
I said it. So Zarna's one of those girls. Just want to top everyone. In our business, the other thing that changed, and I'm curious what you think of this. So back in the day, there's no internet, there's no Facebook, TikTok.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, right? So there's a Letterman audition, there's 14 guys, and you're going, I hope that guy sucks. I hope that guy, maybe something will go wrong with the microphone. Now we're in a position where if I help you, you help someone else helps you. There's infinite success available right now. There's no reason not to help someone.
Right.
But what do you think? So that you agree with that part?
Yeah.
So far?
Also, back in the day, if you did Carson and McCall to the couch, you were a made man.
A made man.
Now you could do Kimmel and Fallon 10 times. It means nothing.
Nothing. And so here's my interesting take on this. So now anybody can help anybody and not hurt themselves.
There's a piece of the pie for everybody.
Yes. But have you noticed? And I think I've noticed this. And you're a notable exception, by the way, right here, right now. There's a new thing, which is I'm not going to do that guy's thing. He's not big enough. So now there's kind of this, well, I'll go do that podcast because it's got enough eyes. I'm not going to waste my time on smaller ones. I'm not going to go do a show that isn't big, which is it's a new variant of the old disease.
Right.
Which is, wait a minute now, who's helping who here? And everybody wants to be helped.
Right.
Or to be part of something that's big enough to suit them. And it kind of makes me laugh. The other thing that's changed is, and this is not you, and I'm so happy to say it, after the show, you'll talk and meet and take a picture. And
Absolutely. I enjoy it.
yeah.
The comments I get, it's so gratifying. Vic, you got me through COVID. You got me through my depression. I got a guy messaging me one day from Afghanistan. He said, you got me to my deployments. I was about to put a gun in my fucking mouth, and I heard one of your videos. My guys were watching next door. You saved my life. I mean, that doesn't compare to any standing ovation, a sold-out show.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Don't kid yourself. I got my haters. I'm sure you do. But haters,
I have no haters.
Haters means you're successful.
Yeah. The haters make me laugh. They really make me laugh. I got one today. I told you. The guy said, this is the least funny prank video ever, and he called me a cuck. And I responded back, come on, take it easy, enjoy life, whatever, something like that. Because the haters...
You want to put, go fuck your mother, but then you get punished.
Yeah.
It's the old...
I really look at it like there are people out there, that's all they have. This is their only voice.
Exactly. That's the problem. These are misfits who never had a voice, living under a rock,
Yes.
who now have a voice.
Yes. Yeah.
And they'll put shit out there, and they'll put this craziest. That's why it is. It's conspiracy theories, and that's another. I don't want to get into that, but it's fucked up. It's a fucked up world.
The conspiracy theorists, sometimes you go, oh, well, that's an interesting thought right there. And so some things you think, well, there might be something to that. I was in Connecticut, and I met a guy that sold me a flat Earth app, and he's a customer of the club. He might come up and see you. His app is fascinating.
If the Earth was flat, let's just say, wouldn't it be sunlight all day or dark all
There's
day?
a reason for that, Vic. I saw the video, Vic. Don't be a naysayer, Vic.
God.
It could be.
I can't.
I will show you the video later, how they explain it. The best part of it is, how come you can't go off the end of the Earth?
You know what? Go to the end of the Earth, take a fucking picture. Look down or keep walking and fall off.
You can't, Vic. You know why?
Can't, yeah.
Because you get to the end, there's an ice wall.
Right, of course.
Okay, and
It's like that series a few years ago, the Dome.
yes, the dome.
We are so doomed.
So I enjoy to me, everything entertains me, right? Like today, I saw a kid that I used to coach. I'm dropping my kid off at a lacrosse camp. And this kid's a really good athlete. And when I saw her, I immediately said to myself, well, thank God. I haven't seen her in 7 years. Thank God that I didn't get fat. Even though I'm not trying to impress her, but her parents are fitness nuts and she's a high-level athlete. And I immediately wrote a joke. I'm like, whenever I see my friends that I haven't seen in a while, I'm always so happy that I didn't get fat. And I'm even happier if they did. because it just makes me happy. So when I see the flat earth guy, I'm always looking for, and then what my point is, I like all theories because it's fun for me to look at it and say, well, what is that, right? Now, it's 2:00 in the morning. I'm going to go home. I'm going to drive from Connecticut to home, and Derek is driving with me. I couldn't really hear the guys. They're a really nice man, and he made a lot of money out of that. A lot of money. His wife's wearing a softball because he sold millions of this app. And the app is, I'll show you when we're done. But Derek is behind him. Derek has no intellectual curiosity about a flat earth. And Derek's going, because he heard the whole thing. I didn't. I buy the app. I get in the car. I'm like, oh, it's a flat earth app. And Derek goes, that's why I wanted to go. I wanted to do this. So Vic, you're doing
You're gonna be in Connecticut when I'm there?
Of course, of course. The 4th. No, the 4th is a Thursday. Yes, I will be there. You're 5-6.
Yes.
August
Who am
5-6.
I working with?
I didn't pick anybody. I'm gonna let you pick somebody.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to pick someone, pick someone. Or if not, I'll pick somebody.
Okay.
But I can tell you this: up there, I love that room. That room.
It's a beautiful room.
Isn't that a beautiful room? And Connecticut loves you. So I mean, the first time you did Connecticut, you did the Klein Memorial, which was the theater.
Yes.
And then I convinced you to come here. The Klein's a beautiful theater in a different part of town. Our area is in that redevelopment district, which I really love. And I'm so excited you're coming back. It's been 2 years.
Can we have dinner at that place that you took me last time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's Ralph and Rich's.
That's it.
Great. And there's a couple great restaurants there now. Yeah, we'll do dinner at Ralph and Rich's.
Good.
We'll break a little bread. Not bread.
Bread and milk.
Bread and milk.
Yes.
Well, your diet and my diet. So you gave up what? Tell me everything you gave up.
Cake, cookies, bread, potatoes, carbs and starch,
All gone. How much weight have you lost?
I used to be 213. I'm now 198.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it so far?
A few months.
So I gave up. Did you give up milk yet?
No, I drink fat-free milk.
Not the fat. It's the sugar. Try oat milk.
I know. My wife.
I got on the oat milk. I love it.
Okay.
So I gave up bread, milk. I'll have cake on a birthday. I'm gonna
Right.
Bread, milk. I gave up snacks.
Pastas.
Pastas.
Oh, God, I could eat pasta.
The vast majority of my friends, and I'm down probably 10 pounds. And
But you would never, as long as I know you, you were never overweight.
well, when we first met, I was fat. I was 220. I'm now 173. So
You're 173?
173.
Wow. I would love that.
You're bigger than I am.
Yeah, if I just eat like I got 3 assholes. If I had a if I had a better diet, man, I'd be I'd be a fucking Adonis. But I eat like I love to eat. Sunday, when you're Italian on a Sunday, it's
so much fun.
hard.
Dom
And my
Herrera,
wife's a great cook.
you ever heard Dom's joke? He goes, I'm trying to lose weight. He goes, but I find food to be delicious. Dom's another great guy.
Yes.
And so of the Italian comics, Sebastian, you, Redea,
D'Alessandro. Di Stefano.
Who?
Chris Di Stefano.
Yeah, but he really strike you as Italian. He's like,
Well, the blonde hair throws you off, but he's a funny guy.
he's so funny.
Very talented.
Really talented, really funny. He's got a good thing going with how fast he talks and how funny he is.
He's with the guy from Sal.
Sal Volcano, who's
Yeah.
also a funny
Yeah.
Italian comic. But I mean the Italian-centric comics that and the thing about Italian humor, it's everybody enjoys it.
Yes, I hate when people say, "Oh, you got to be Italian." No, you don't. It's universal. Please don't start with that. I mean, it helps a little bit, but my stuff is about family, my kids, my wife, me. You don't have to be Italian.
I don't think when I watch your set, or Redea or Maniscalco, none of you have material that everyone doesn't understand.
Right.
So people come in, doesn't matter, Irish, whatever. Now, if you were to do, in my opinion, Irish drinking jokes translate across the broad spectrum, right? Everyone kind of gets that. But the Italian jokes, everybody gets because it's such a prominent part of our society. And even if you weren't exposed to it directly, you've seen Goodfellas, you've seen
Exactly.
8 million hysterical movies, or Goodfellas wasn't necessarily hysterical.
Goodfellas, Godfather. You're funny Italian movies? Easy Money.
Easy Money.
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny, great.
I'm sure there's more.
There's more. Well, there's also hysterical scenes.
Fatso with Dom DeLuise.
Yeah. But there's also great scenes like the scene in The Godfather where they kill the guy out on the causeway and he goes, leave the gun, take the cannolis. It's not funny in that. It's just,
Right.
it's funny painting a picture of a culture.
The Godfather was a masterpiece.
Unbelievable.
Every scene, the lighting, the acting, it was just perfect. I put The Godfather in a separate. I think Raging Bull is a very underrated movie.
I've never seen Raging Bull.
Oh, Vinny, you got it. It's a masterpiece.
It's good. Okay, so I got to see Raging Bull.
Black and white. De Niro plays Jake LaMotta.
Yeah.
Pesci is just phenomenal. You got to see it.
I
Masterpiece.
I have to. I've seen clips, and I like what I've seen. Casino.
Casino was Goodfellas Goes to Vegas, and before both of them was Mean Streets.
Which one?
Mean Street. That was Scorsese's first movie. Harvey Keitel, De Niro.
I gotta see it.
De Niro's like fucking 18 years old.
Is that right?
You could see where he got the idea for Goodfellas. The music. It was just about Little Italy in Manhattan.
So what's your favorite? Oh, it's the Godfather. Everything else.
Godfather is separate.
Right.
We put it over there. That's
Right.
on a mantle. Raging Bull, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale.
I haven't seen a Bronx Tale either.
You're dead to me now, Vinny.
I know. You know what it is? I have not seen. Okay, the list of movies. Let me be clear.
By the way, Chaz Palminteri is in Gravesend also.
He's another great guy. Right?
Amon Asante's in Gravesend. A lot of big names.
You were talking about Bronx Tale.
Great lines. There's a great line. There's nothing worse than wasted talent. And there's another line. Nobody cares. You got to watch it. It's a great movie.
I'm gonna watch that.
I'll put Scarface in there too. Donnie Brasco.
I've seen Donnie Brasco.
So many.
Vic, can I tell you the number of movies I haven't seen start to finish? Don't get mad. You're gonna get mad. I haven't seen The Deer Hunter, Scarface. I haven't seen A Bronx Tale. I haven't seen. Vic, come back. I'll watch them tonight. My thing with movies. So this is what happened to me. I had babies very early.
So what?
No, because I had no money, no help, no anything. And my ex-wife was not necessarily known for propping up life. So I worked like an animal. So I didn't have time for movies. I didn't have time to go. I didn't go to sit in a goddamn movie theater. The last movie I saw in a movie theater before my first baby was 1979 Christmas, Apocalypse Now.
That's the last movie you saw
I know. Since then, I've seen
in the movie theater.
I saw Apocalypse Now in a movie theater,
Wow.
and then the next movie I saw in a movie theater was probably, let's say that was 79. I didn't see movies in the 80s at all. I would say, oh no, I did see one. What the hell did I see? I saw, but nothing. I saw nothing until I went to see with Vicky. We went to see the Titanic movie, and the movie was so long, and we're in the theater, and the boat's sinking, and Vicky and I are like, oh my God, so long. There's people in front of us, and for whatever happened, the people are cartwheeling. You know, they're falling off the rail, and Vicky and I started giggling, and we couldn't stop. And now we're trying to stop laughing, and we're laughing harder and harder. And this woman in front of us, they were boo-hooing. People were crying, like, and we're like, this woman turns around and she goes, it's not funny. People are dying.
Holy
and I go,
shit.
We're
Don't go
laughing.
see Schindler's List.
I can't. But I look there, I go, but not those people. They're actors. And we started laughing even harder. That was the first. And then we saw Amistad.
I never saw that.
We fell asleep. In Amistad. And I mean, look, we were working like animals, so it wasn't like we weren't interested in the movie. But Titanic, we laughed our asses off, and we're the only one laughing. There's not one funny scene in that whole movie, but man, we laughed. So, and then since then, now in our life, Vicky will tell you, we can't watch a movie without being interrupted. I have not watched a movie start to finish in so long that some nights I'm like, I'm going to sneak up at midnight, have a cup of coffee, and watch. I don't give a shit what.
I guess you don't watch miniseries either, like
I do watch those, but we can't.
Ozark. No.
Which one?
Ozark.
Ozark, we love.
How great was that?
I didn't finish it.
Okay, I give you credit for at least.
It's just that last
Right.
couple things we didn't see them. We got to finish Ozark. We never watched.
Do you watch your podcast after that?
I never watch our podcast. I was here. I was in the movie, or I was in Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. We did an episode at the club. I didn't sit with him. I wasn't the guest. He came to the club. I introduced him. I'm in the episode with him and Margaret Chow.
I did a video called Comedian in Car Drinking Coffee. It's just me in a car drinking coffee.
It's great. I got to see it. Well, when I did that, people go, did you see yourself? And I go, no. They go, well, how could you not watch it? I go, I was there.
You know, I could watch my videos over and over, but I can't watch my stand-up. Isn't that weird?
I don't watch my stand-up.
I can't watch my stand-up.
I can watch my stand-up. I don't. Why would you watch it? See, you're at the point now, and I'm not blowing smoke, and I'm not. You're a professional. And I consider myself a pro. When I do a piece of new material, I don't have to watch it. If it worked, if it's something that works, which is, a very, very high percentage of times. So it's there then.
Right.
Right? Now, if you said to me, let's go do this contract, I got to read a contract 58 times. But stand up, when I do it, I know it, I feel it, it's there. So I don't
Do you watch your videos?
I do watch them because they're, a minute long.
Right.
I'll watch those. And I'll, it's funny, you were talking before about being diverse. Jeff Singer, who's a good friend of mine.
Jeff Singer?
Yeah.
I know Jeff.
He's a good guy.
I went to Montreal Comedy Fest in 1998. Me, him, Dave Becky.
Yeah. Oh, you were with Becky?
For 3... No, I was going... I thought I was, but it didn't turn out. It was me, Mitch Hedberg, D.L. Yulee, 1998. Yeah.
You're so Italian.
Just for laughs.
D.L. Hughley. But you were close.
Yeah. What'd I say?
I don't know what you said. It wasn't D.L. Hughley. All right, so listen. Jeff Singer hates my sketch videos, and they're the ones that get the most views. So he hates the sketches, and he loves the stand-up, and he loves the podcast. Hates the sketches. He goes, "You're a bad actor." I go, "You know what?"
Does he watch this?
He'll watch this.
Hey, Jeff, wherever you are, how you doing?
Yeah, he'll watch it. He's a good guy.
Yes.
He had a little. I want him to do some work with me. He's a really good dude. So, but it's funny because when you do something and you watch it, like I did Last Comic, I knew they would edit me out. I murdered.
What year did you do it?
I did it the same year that.
Foss? Mm-hmm. Rich Foss?
No. I did it way after that. I did it. I can't remember who won my year, but the year I did it, and the show I did it on, the judges were Damon Wayans. I'm sorry, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Roseanne Barr, and Russell Peters. I had a really good set, but I didn't advance. I had a really, really strong set.
I just don't believe in those contest shows. I think they're all bullshit.
Well, you know what's happening? Let's just say 5. I'll take us out of it. Let's say 5 killer lesbian comics went on and they murdered all 5 of them. They're only taking 1. They can't have 5 lesbian comics.
Right.
They need a lesbian comic. They need a straight this, a black that, or Puerto Rican this. So all the contest shows make me crazy because, and yet again, that's another part of our diseased business is those shows dictate careers. And it's amazing because first of all, like America's Got Talent. So the winner of America's Got Talent is going to gets into a contract right away to do a show in Vegas. So if you're just a great stand-up, let's say a great monologist, you would have to be otherworldly to beat the guy whose 5 dogs dive through fiery rings.
Exactly.
Okay, so Tom Cotter.
What's that old saying? You never follow a dog or child act?
Yeah. Well, Tom Cotter lost to the dog act.
Right.
And Tom had a great run.
He's a great stand-up.
He's a great stand-up and a great guy.
Yeah.
He's transitioning. Anyway, the point is, he's a great guy. He lost to a dog act. And, he had a really good run with it. And he made a lot of money with it. And he's still making money. He still does a lot of corporates. And he deserves every bit of it. But he lost to a dog act because they can scale that in Vegas. They can, right? So if you're on Last Comic Standing, that's beholden to, we need check these boxes. And that's network TV. And I suppose if I weren't a white male, maybe I'd say, hey, you better start checking some boxes here. But it kind of leads away from a meritocracy. So if I'm the funniest comic, but I lose to someone who's less funny, but is in this box,
Right.
It's difficult. Now, I know a lot of bitter guys. I'm very much like you. I'm very happy in my life. Love what I do. Yes, I'd love to fill a theater. But if I had to fill a theater and miss Father's Day or miss the soccer games, I did a theater run with Jim Brewer, who's a great guy. Clearly, I was the opening act. I just wanted to point that out for everybody. Jim was not opening for me. So Jim brought me out, and one of the reasons I love Brewer is family first.
Yes.
Do you know him at all?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're not buddies like me and you, but
You would love Brewer, and Brewer would love you. So we're out, and I had to miss a Sunday soccer game because we had a Sunday show. And Jim and I went to the movies, as a matter of fact, during the day to see a movie. And I'm in the movie theater, and I'm like, I got to call, because my wife was coaching the team in my absence. And I'm in the movie theater going, put Tabitha at center mid and move Megan. And Brewer's in the theater cracking up. He's going, oh, effing love you, dude. You're great. Because he's family. He's all family. And he did it on his terms, which is fun. I met him the day I met him. I said, how come you didn't just move to L.A.? Screw that. Because I'm being my family and my kids. There's a price. So, yes, I love that next level, but I don't want to give up.
Well, that's the same thing with me. Everybody was going out to L.A. and like Ray Romano, Kevin James, they got the sitcom, but I put my family first.
Yes.
I wanted to support my family. I didn't want to go to L.A. and wait for the break. And they hit the lottery. They're no better than me. I'm no better than them. They just hit the lottery.
They hit the lottery.
That's all it is.
And the number of guys that slept on couches that didn't hit the lottery dwarfs the number of guys that went out there and hit the lottery.
How many Bobby Collins are there that should be on TV?
Yeah.
And you just said Dom Irera. There's a guy. Just so many guys that should be on TV. And so many guys are on TV shouldn't be on TV. It's a fucked up business.
It is.
It's a fucked up business.
But now, again, with the internet, we can do it on our terms, which makes it great. Makes it so much fun. Because, listen, Vicky and I do this show. So Vicky doesn't like doing the interviews. She's afraid she won't be a good interviewer. Meanwhile...
How come she's not here? It says Vicky and Vinny.
Can we change that to Vic and Vinny? So Vicky...
Oh, that's right. Look at that.
Yeah. You know what? You have to put a red X on the KI. So Vicky doesn't like doing the interview parts because she's nervous about interviewing. Meanwhile, when we do our show together, am I exaggerating?
The one at the club, you mean?
Well, we do a live show at the club, and of course we do our podcast, and she's in a lot of the videos, and she writes the videos. That they only want to see Vicky. No one wants to see me. I mean, I joke that when we get divorced, it's going to be me going, well, what do you mean I'm not on the show anymore? Like, well, how come I got the axe? And she's just very natural. She gets up there. She's just herself.
Right.
Again, that's what draws me to a performer anyway. And, you talk about the guys that went out there and slept on the couches. I'm from Jersey. You're from the island. The island had a little bit of it, Long Island, because you're not.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn, right? So Brooklyn's it's the tip of the island, right?
Right.
Right. So.
Well, the thing was, after you did Pips, I eventually got to Governors in Long Island.
Right.
And then the next big thing was to go to the city and do Dangerfields.
Right. So, for us in Jersey, we were way looked down on because the island had so many guys that came out of the island.
Right.
Sandler, a ton of guys.
Eddie Murphy, Bob Nelson, Rob Bartlett, it's Jackie Martin. There's so many.
So many guys. And New Jersey didn't have that. New Jersey had Carlin, who did pretty well. Dangerfield.
No, Carlin's from Manhattan.
I thought Carlin...
George Carlin?
He was born in Manhattan?
Yeah, born in Morningside.
We didn't even have him.
Yeah. He was my idol. Had all his albums.
So funny.
Genius.
So funny.
Him, Pryor, and Lenny Bruce, even though I never got to see him, but, I read about him and saw the movie that Dustin Hoffman. I think they were like the holy trilogy of comedy. Holy trilogy.
So who do you admire working right now? Who do you say I can watch that guy?
Bill Burr,
yeah.
Maniscalco, Chappelle. But I'm old school. I like the old guys better. Give me George Carlin, Robin Williams. I watch when I go to YouTube. I watch Carson, Don Rickles.
Yeah.
My God, Don Rickles. Imagine him today.
Let me show you how the game's supposed to be played. Ask me that question. Who are my idols?
Who are your idols?
Dibitetto.
Oh, stop.
Oh, but let me tell you something. You are in the group. You're in the group because I like Hammer comics. I like comics that enjoy what they're doing. I'll tell you, the guys that didn't achieve that uber fame, Joey Cola, Bob Marley in Maine, who's very famous where he is. Great comics.
Oh, the guy from New England?
Yeah.
He's funny.
Funny dude.
Yes.
And another guy you would love.
Does good funny videos too.
He's very funny. So then when you talk about the guys that everybody knows, for me it's Robin Williams, Pryor. Although Pryor for me, for whatever reason, Robin Williams and Steve Martin were the two funniest,
Steve
right?
Martin.
I came very late to the party on what the hell's his name? Andy Kaufman.
He started at Pips.
Kaufman did?
Yep.
Did you work with him?
No, never met him, but he started there. He was before me.
Yeah, he was really...
I loved him. I loved his fearlessness, and
Yes.
he didn't give a fuck. And the weird, off the cuff, different. I mean, singing Mighty Mouse.
It's unbelievable. And, I didn't get it. And I didn't like it.
Right, he was that. You either stare at him like he's an eye chart, or you got belly pains.
Yes.
There was no in between.
I can't even tell you when, but one day I'm watching something on YouTube and I'm like, man, I'm totally wrong. This guy's brilliant. He's brilliant. And then I started watching more and more and more.
How great was he in Taxi? Latka.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Andy Kaufman was the one conspiracy theory I always wished was true. That he would just come out and go, fooled you, I'm not dead. Because there was that, that belief.
Did you see the movie with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Man on the Moon?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey morphed into him.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Carrey, by the way. Now, listen. What Jim did 30
He's a
years,
modern, I think he's like a modern day Jerry Lewis. Jim Carrey.
Yes. And it didn't hold up the same way that Carlin did.
Right.
But it's brilliant.
Of course.
Brilliant. And Jim Carrey, I like Pryor. I think Chris Rock, that one special, I could watch that 100 times.
Yeah.
I like Kevin Hart a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Eddie Murphy.
Delirious.
Yeah.
And Raw.
Delirious and Raw. If you tried to make those today,
Yep.
they would burn the theater down. They would burn the theater to the ground.
You ever see Colin at Carnegie?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, God.
Good. I'll watch it. Vic, do you want to hear something else that's going to make you crazy? I'm trying to think if I've ever done one.
No, that was the name of the album. Colin, not Did You See Him at Carnegie Hall?
Yeah.
There's a special called Colin at Carnegie.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
get
that
it.
was his best.
This is going to make you crazy. I have, to date, I don't think I've ever watched any special, start to finish, and I watch very, very little. So when I say I like Pryor, I saw a bit.
Right.
There was a piece on Live at Sunset Strip where he talks to an audience member. The audience member says something, he goes back and forth with him. And the reason I like it so much is not that anything brilliant happened right then, but that is the true essence of what we do, as opposed to a special.
What, he was handling a heckler? Mm-hmm. He was handling a heckler?
A heckler was going back and forth with him. And what I loved about it was, if you watch a special today, it's scrubbed of all of that. No audience member is going to talk.
Right.
There's no real thing happen. If I shot my special, I'd want to shoot it at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick. Because if someone drops a tray of drinks, what makes that guy or girl so good is how they handle that. Not this antiseptic setting where everything is just so. I don't like it.
As long as nobody comes up and smacks you.
Correct. Or, stabs you, tackles you, shoots you.
When you get a chance, go to YouTube and type in Richard Pryor talking about the Italian mafia. It's, oh my God, it's hilarious.
I will see that. Carlin's bit on religion.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable.
He was like more of a professor sometimes on stage. He was just so smart.
So smart.
Wow.
I don't know if audiences today, I think they would. I think they would still, because he was that good. He commanded you to listen.
Yep.
Right? Because he took long, long pieces. and took a lot of chances. I worked one time with Robin Williams.
You worked with Robin Williams?
He came in stand-up New York, and I was on stage. It was a Tuesday night. There was next to nobody there.
Wow.
It's a fun story. I came on stage. I got introduced. It was a small room. He wasn't there. He wasn't in the room. I was on stage 4 minutes, and the light goes off. And I'm on stage. I go, hey, you know what? I'm doing my time. I don't care who's here. Because it's a Tuesday night.
And you had no idea?
No idea.
Okay.
There's 40 people in the room.
Did he jump on the stage?
No. Vic. Now the light's going. I go, you could turn it into a disco ball. I'm not getting off. And the audience is with me. Yeah. So now the light's going like mad.
Where was this? Stand-up New York?
Stand-up New York. And I said, man, I better get off. So I get off stage, and I'm walking back. The guy's right there giving the light. And the guy's going the other way. I'm not even looking at the guy. And I go, what? Who is it? And he goes, it's Robin Williams. And they go, please welcome to stage Robin Williams. And the place goes ballistic. And I'm in the back going, oh, my God. So he gets done. He does a very tight 15 minutes of just brilliant, off the cuff, like fast. And then he says, listen, a lot of people want to come take pictures. Don't leave the room right now. The next 5 guys are all friends of mine. I want you to watch them. They're all great. He doesn't know any of them. People stay in the room. Now I go out. I'm out front. He comes out. I walk up to him and I go, hey man, I'm really sorry to know you're in the room. He knew my name. He goes, oh, Vinny. He goes, I told him to let you go. I was enjoying it. You were really having a
picture with him?
This story, it gives me goosebumps. He goes, I told him to let you go. He goes, you were great. So I joking around. I go, I kind of thought to myself, who's this rude son of a bitch think he is taking my time? And he goes, hey, I got a job. You can keep yours. I'll never forget it. Then we start talking. Nice. I mean, just nice. Now, an old lady comes out. She's probably 72 years old. She's got a camera. And I don't say old. I mean, she's older. She comes out. And
Camera. It sounds so,
she has yeah.
so primitive.
She has a camera. And she goes, Mr. Williams, can I get a picture? We're at the bar talking. He goes, no. And he grabs the camera and snatches it out of her hands. And then he hands the camera to me. And he puts his arms around her. And he goes, Vinny, I'll take the picture. And now he's taking pictures. This lady, I swear to God, I thought I was going to have to grab her ankles and pull her back down.
Wow.
He's kissing her. He's like, did you like the show? He's talking to her like, right? She goes off. We talk for about 50 minutes. Now I'm standing there and I go, hey, listen, I go, I actually have to get home. I go, I'm going to get a slice of pizza. I go to pizzeria. I don't want to be your new best friend, but you want to get pizza. And he goes, oh, man. He goes, I'd love to. He goes, I'm doing Letterman tomorrow. That's why I'm in town. He goes, I'm going to go to sleep too. He goes, but the next time I'm in New York, you come find me and we'll do pizza. Now he passed away, took his own life a couple of years later, or a couple of months later, maybe a year later, whatever it was. And some friend of his from San Francisco, I can never remember who it was, worked with him a lot. I think it may have been Owen Benjamin, but I could be very wrong. I don't remember. But I told him the story, and he goes, Vinny, let me tell you something. He would have remembered every bit of that. And if you went up to him and said, I got that pizza, you'd have pizza with Robin.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too far away from when he killed himself?
It was not too far.
Wow.
It was not.
I thought it was like a long time ago.
No, this was, so I'm going to say this was probably, what year did Robin Williams commit suicide? I'm going to say 2013. Huh? 14? So I'm going to say this happened in 2012, 2013, a year, I'd say. Because I remember thinking, oh, man. And Carlin, I never saw live because he used to play Jersey a lot. And I would always be like, I'll get him next time.
Yeah, I never saw Colin live.
2014. So I'm going to say it was 12 or 13 that I saw him. And it was, but anyway, tragic. So, Vic, I would do this with you a million times. I'm so happy, because I had to go through Russell.
Just go through Russell with everything, please. It's
the best.
It's much easier for both of us.
He is so good. This morning, I didn't see your text. So you must have texted him.
Yeah.
He texted me right away. Like, he's just on top of shit.
Yes, he is.
Russell, if you need another client at some point, this is Vic Dibitetto. And if you do not have the opportunity to see this man live, take a flight, take a bus, take a train. He's in Connecticut, October 5 and 6. Oh, August 5 and 6. August 5 and 6 at our Bridgeport location. I'll get him back in New Brunswick. I hope I'm going to hang up. When we get done, I'm going to call Russell, because if you're already booked out next year, I'm screwed.
I got to go back to New Brunswick.
I want you back in
have
New
to.
Brunswick. You're
Close
welcome.
to home, great restaurants in the area.
Yeah, you're the best. Cousins was amazing. If there's a comic you haven't seen and he's it, you are cheat. Don't do what I did. Don't miss the greats. And he's going to blow up bigger and bigger and bigger. One of the best guys in business. Vic, thanks so much for coming out. Love it.
Pleasure.
Love it.
Pleasure.
Love it. Oh my God, the best.